Well, hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back with 40 years of Mills and Boon, and I decided to go, instead of the modern horror historic, I'll do a few of those book reviews today. So if you notice that my top doesn't change, it's because I literally do a chunk of reviews in one day. I thought, hey, what the hell, it's my day off work. So, No One Needs to Know by Debbi Rawlins is part of Mills and Boon Blaze. Now, when you think of Blaze, you think hot sex scenes and all that kind of stuff, especially because it's set in like a raw location, okay? And actually, I'll read the blurb. Here you go. Actually called Scorching Hot Sexy Reads. Okay. With a struggling animal shelter, Annie Sheridan's hands are so full she's almost forgotten she's in hiding. But when seriously good looking ranch owner Tucker Brennan shows up offering a donation, Annie doesn't suspect a thing. There are secrets and lies, but once they give themselves over to lust, no one needs to know. Okay. So, all it is that basically, Tucker is looking for her. He's looking for Annie Sheridan because he thinks that she got his brother in trouble due to embezzlement of a charity fund, and his brother's in prison, and it seems to always be leading against big kind of like showdown, but that doesn't happen. I maybe because I expected a lot from Mills and Boon Blaze, but I expected red hot sizzling. I didn't get that. I did not get that. So Annie's hard work at this animal shelter, okay, in in middle of goddamn nowhere, okay, and right, and this is when Tucker's going over looking for Leanna, okay, right. According to Christian, who is uh, uh, Tucker's brother, Leanna had fit in so well with the wealthy young Manhattan's skiers and entrepreneurs. They'd been shocked to find out that she was a fundraiser. When he looked closer, though, he seen that her designer clothes and accessories were clever knockoffs. It was the personality and flair that let her get past all the normal barriers. Christian would know about that kind of thing because he was in the same boat. His finance degree had gotten him only so far in the city at Fund Connections, but his audacity had made him a hell of an investment manager. When the two of them had decided to team up, they each wanted a lifestyle that was just out of reach. Yeah. So, but he tracks her down because a random picture appeared of her on like a charity website. She's like, oh god, take it down, okay? And they meet. And I don't know what it is, but the thing is, Leanna's got this martyr complex going on, or Annie, okay? Let's call her Annie. And essentially because she's like, you know, this kind of penance. She's living in, actually, I'll describe where she lives. It's more than a line shack than a cabin. A crappy a line shack at that. There's a beaten up table in the centre of the small room, three mismatched chairs pushed under it, a counter held a microwave while a toaster oven and a big coffee pot flanked the sink. On a sideboard sat a computer, and above that was a dusty chalk duty roster that listed volunteers, chores, memos and reminders. Under the sideboard was a dawn fridge. A leather recliner had been pushed so far against the wall, doubted there was any chance of it actually reclining. Yeah, so there were no pictures, no trinkets, no nothing. He assumed the cupboards were as sparse as everything else. He would have made a perfect home for a monk. Perhaps for someone who had things to hide. Yeah, so literally, she's living virtually hand to mouth. She's in this middle of nowhere, back in Watertown, hiding out, basically living this penance life, trying to save animals. And yeah, it turns out, okay, she's actually innocent, and that Tucker's brother is guilty. Okay, there's a spoiler territory here. But it just seemed to be building up, and I just found this so flat, so flat. Vinny's two characters, I mean, they meet, and yes, there's a you know, get along, and then they kiss, and then they wind up going to a hotel, and and it's so flat, and it seems to be kind of building a big kind of showdown, but it just turns out, oh yeah, no, Christian was guilty after all, but is gonna give evidence, and that's it. There's so much more that could be done with this. And Annie, I just found her martyr complex so insufferable. So insufferable. Right. But of course, gay sex means love in this Mills and Boon. Tucker resented the beautiful spring morning, resented having to get out of bed, resented that she needed to get back to Safe Haven. Oh, that's the name of where she works, owns, operates. They had to make his own plans to return home. While they were still in Kalispell, there was no way he'd drive back to Safe Haven before Annie had breakfast and more. The in-room energy hadn't been nearly enough for her. Then the energy boost was necessary after spectacular wake-up sex. shook his head, dismissing the idea that what they had experienced was just sex. He'd had that. He knew what it felt like, and what they'd done over the past couple of days was far more, dangerously more. Yeah, of course. This book, I really expected more of, okay? They meet, and it takes so long, because it goes from Tucker to really kind of investigating her, making sure, okay, that she's guilty innocent of the crimes, and he's torn because, of course, she's beautiful, and she's living in this rundown state, and she's such a nice person, that when he gives a charity donation of his own money to Safe Haven, to save the horses and the animals, everyone's kind of talking, and no one ever mentions, okay, maybe trying to get better accommodation for Annie to live in, because everything that she makes, she lives hand to mouth. It's a hand to mouth existence. I found her martyr complex really weird. And of course, it's all sorted out, and then it's kind of like they get back together, and then they live happy ever after. And because he's a very wealthy ranch hand, ranch rot, whatever, I'm British, you know, they get on so well, and I just found this one really insufferable in some ways. I kind of because it's Blaze, I expected more. It takes way too long to get going. The characters seem to be talking instead of proper action. It takes ages for any action to start. And the action a bit kind of climax, because obviously this is based on she went on the run because she was middle class, but obviously she dressed wealthy to entice these people to, you know, invest in help charities and stuff. And because as she was so beautiful and so sunny and all that, wearing cheap knockoffs, everything went to the charities because she's such a good person. I found her very insufferable. So, but I will give Debbi Rawlins, she knows how to turn a prose. There's some really nice prose structure in this book. But unless they get you into the kind of farming environment, into this kind of world, it just felt flat. So not bad at 10 for Blaze, but for something called Blaze, I expect, you know, it to be extreme, and it wasn't. So actually disappointed with that. So Debbi Rawlins, No One Needs to Know, Mills Boon Blaze. 40 years of Mills Boon. Sign off here. Take care, everyone, and bye now.